hace un director.
Para decirte adiós. Ay amor, cuando te fuiste, que no tuve tiempo ni para decirte que abre los brazos, el corazón, que te dedica esta canción.
Oye los consejos que te da tu interior.
Abre los brazos, el corazón, que te dedica esta canción.
To this screening of Melted Hearts at the 9th Annual LDS Film Festival. It's great to see all of you out here. This is an exciting film festival. We're always happy to see the great works that come out of our local film community. Melted Hearts is directed by Jorge Ramirez Rivera, and we're lucky enough to have him here with us for this screening. And so after we've watched the film, we'll invite him and any others who he would like to join him up here on the stage for a question and answer session. So we encourage you all to stick around for that, and it'll be your opportunity to interact with the filmmaker, pick his brain, and see what goes on behind the scenes in a feature film like this. We also want to express our thanks to the Sarah Theater for hosting the LDS Film Festival. We have a great partnership with them and have really enjoyed their hospitality as they've hosted the festival for several years now. We want to remind you, if you have cell phones, take a second to put those on silent so that we don't have any unnecessary interruptions from while we're watching the movie. Once again, we welcome you all. We hope you have a great time watching the film, and without further ado, we'll get rolling.
I'm so nervous. So anyways, I was doing films for a company that does exploitation films in Mexico for the Hispanic market in the US. And after a couple of movies that I shot for this company, I convinced my producer to do something with the LDS market. And the catch for him was that we could shoot a movie in Mexico and in the US for the same amount of budget that he usually spends on his movies. And that's kind of like the thing that got him interested in, because I didn't know how to go about it, because he was an LDS company. And when he asked me, so who should we sell it to? So I said, well, we got just the market. And I had to explain all how the LDS industry worked, and I had released God's Army in Mexico, so I pretty much knew what was the deal with distribution in Mexico, how we could do it. And I also knew how the market was going here. So that's pretty much how the idea came out. And we shot it last year. We were actually a year from today, we were still shooting here in Union Provo. And it was a great experience. It was, I think this is the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life, other than when I got married and I had kids. And but it was a great experience. So do we have any questions? And questions that doesn't have to do with the hair length of the missionaries? Does anybody have any questions? I gotta say something about the length of the missionaries. I got cast members. Can I have cast members? Monique, Kristen, Sergio, mi hermano, my brother. We invited a lot of people though. Are there any more cast members? Chucho, no te hagas para. So I gotta say about, first of all, I gotta say something about the Herald of Missionaries, because I know it's gonna be a question, it's gonna come up. Nate, sorry, Nate, you come up here. Come up here. Anyway, so I gotta tell you guys what happened with the Herald of Missionaries. I was looking for the actual guys to play the missionaries. We were looking for over a year. I started casting even before I knew I had a green light from my producer, and we were casting over a year within the church, but I wasn't able to get what I wanted, and I knew we were not going to have enough budget to bring to take 2 actors to Mexico. I knew there was not enough budget, so I started casting actors from Mexico, like non-LDS actors. And I found these 2 guys, and they were like perfect for the role. They nailed it on the first time. And so we were very lucky to it. So when we talked about the budget, they said, oh, it's okay, I think it's a good project. I believe in it, and we can do it. Especially since it was a couple of weeks that we were going to shoot. And when we started getting ready and everything, suddenly they told me, we were talking about the hair. And they started saying, like, well, I didn't know. I mean, I have another commitment for another project, and the only way I could cut my hair is if I quit that project. And one of the guys was for a big TV series, and the other guy was for a big theater release for a play that he was going to do. And so that was the deal. I mean, basically, if we wanted to change their look, we had to pay them what they were going to pay them, and they were big shows, and we didn't have any money. So I decided to. I was in a point where I was thinking, like, should I keep the actors just for the hair, or do I want to tell a good story, or do I want to have good-looking missionaries with short hair, So we decided to go with the hair gel. We kept coming every time, So we were going to do a take, and then we were like sticking their hair as much as we could. And I think it worked out in a couple scenes very well, and some others didn't. But I think it works in some ways. I mean, it's like you're so drawn to the story and these guys' performances that you totally forget about the hair for a while. And I hope you forget about the hair for a while. And that was it, the hair. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I can't see, I have a line on my face. You can ask also in Spanish, pueden preguntarme en español también. Creo que hay gente de la audiencia que habla español. So, no questions? Yes.
I know the dark-haired missionary, the guy that got married at the end, he said he didn't know about the church when he started filming. How about the other guy? Did he?
No, actually none of them knew about the church. I have a funny story about it. Because when we had their first meeting with both guys, I mean, basically I was giving them the first discussion. And we were sitting at a coffee shop, and I was with my writing partner, and we were giving them the first discussion, literally. We were telling them everything, and we were telling them about missionary work and everything. And they pretty much nailed it. And there was a scene, I don't know, you saw the scene when they're like sitting with the family, when they finally become friends. They started ad-libbing to that scene because we didn't know that they were going to use it. We knew it was kind of like a montage scene, but they were ad-libbing, and they were talking about baptism. So pretty much we start rolling the camera, we say the action, and suddenly they said exactly the words that we, as missionaries, would say. They were saying just exactly the same words, and we didn't tell them anything. I think the Spirit was working through them and telling them what to say. So it was a nice experience. I mean, they got interested in the church afterwards. They kept the Book of Mormon, so it's kind of nice. Yes. Yes, thanks. Monique, our wonderful lead actress.